to the final segment of this podcast.
Long awaited.
Probably my favorite part.
Probably. He's not sure this time.
I mean, this has been a good episode so far. This has been, it's hard to rank, what part I like best. But here we go to see the final part. Movie man Sam and gamer guy Tim. Da 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 da.
I feel like we need some catchy music after that.
Yeah.
Yee.
Produce your own music.
That's right. Actually, we've had a couple of offers to make.
Yeah, come on, Andy.
Come on,
you're a music writer.
Get us a theme song.
That's right.
For this segment.
So, Movie Man Sam, gamer guy Tim. Basically, it's kind of as the name says. I talk about movies. Tim talks about games.
Hello.
And
really?
So,
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Well, I mean, we might plot twist it sometime, and I'll talk about games, and you talk about movies.
Yeah, that never
That will
works.
confuse everybody.
Nobody will know what hit them.
No.
It's gonna be great. So, my first movie topic, Sully. For those who have seen it, great movie. I thought it was great. For those of you who haven't seen it, seriously go watch it. It's a really good. It's not like my first choice for a movie, but as far as realism goes, it had me at certain points, because the story of Sully is this guy. He's flying a plane.
Yeah, it was the airplane that crashed into the Hudson.
Exactly, but it didn't crash; it landed, and everybody survived.
Yeah,
and that's why it's so big, is because that's never happened before.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he had his his time before everybody started giving him crap, because he was hailed as a hero. He still is hailed as a hero, but all the insurance companies and the business companies that lost that plane, they were like, maybe we're gonna blame it on him. And so they try to spin it different ways and saying yeah, you could have made it back safely.
Yeah, and great movie. I recommend going and seeing it.
Definitely, because
I enjoyed it.
There are certain parts where you're just gonna be sitting there okay, what's this plane?
Yeah, and there's a few times where they start talking in plane lingo with all these complicated terms, and you're like
I'm turning on the APU. What's the APU? I don't know.
I need to Google this.
But I can't because I'm in the movie theater.
Auxiliary power unit.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, APU auxiliary power unit.
Okay,
well, there
I
you
guess
go.
some people do
It's
those
like a
things.
backup
Tim
generator.
Arms, the airplane
Guru.
There you
They
go.
said that in the movie.
Oh.
That's how I know.
Well,
Tim, the observant guru.
They introduced it as the auxiliary power unit, and then later on referred it to the APU just to shorten it.
I guess I just wasn't paying attention.
okay.
Boom! Roasted!
Smart guy over here. Jeez. But I don't know, if I had to give it a rating, I would say I would probably give it a 7.5 or an 8. Just because,
I'd say a 7 out of 8.
7 out of 8. Okay.
7 out of 8 for me. I have to rate everything out of 8.
Okay.
Great
That's
mate.
different.
So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 8.
Alright,
So basically a 9 out of 10.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
I mean,
an 8.5.
I'm not good with that.
That was a guess. I don't. But yeah, no. It was a really good movie. There were just certain parts where I was like, yeah, what's going on? But I liked it in the sense that it got me from emotional level 1 to emotional level 5. As soon as they started showing inside the plane, what that would have felt like, and the tension and the scared of the unknown. I was like, whoa, because that's, if it's in a superhero movie and the city's about to be destroyed, we're all kind of oh, cool. But when it's a plane,
and a true story.
Yeah,
and they made it so
stories.
real. It just felt like each person's lives mattered, and you cared about each one of them.
I loved how they introduced lives too,
Mm-hmm.
on the plane. They weren't just these are just a bunch of 155 random people. They were at certain points they would show the people coming in on the airport and through the airport, and they were some people were rushing, some people were in the gift shop who were on that plane. It was just kind of giving not 10 minutes of backstory, but a minute of this person. Yeah. This person is a human.
Yeah, you understand that they're not just another person.
Exactly.
Emotional connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so that was really good. And so because you know, like when you get on an airplane, you hear all these stories about like them going down and like or going missing, and nobody ever knows where they went, and that's just like it's frightening.
Yeah.
You know, and then to see that depicted in such a way in the movie Sully, that it's just like, whoa, it was probably a lot more emotionally, you know, grasping if you were on that plane, but like, man, that would have been, I don't know, I thought it was a really good movie. Really good movie. So,
good ratings all around.
Definitely.
From you and me anyways.
Positive. Double positive. Which is not a double
Which is a negative.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
A positive and positive is a positive.
2 negatives make a positive.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it sucked and it was terrible. It's 2 negatives that make a positive.
Math!
What?
Science.
Chemistry. All things I hate. So, Tim, do you have anything for games? Because I got another thing for movies, but like...
Well, there's nothing been like too exciting in the game world. Nothing's like new come out or anything. I did hear this pretty, I think, kind of neat story. There's an old game, probably from like the early 2000s. I don't remember what, I think it was RuneScape, I'm not sure. But it's like an MMORPG, sort of like World of Warcraft, where like, there's a bunch of people online and they
What's
like,
that?
they fight monsters, they level up, you know, they can like collect like gold and stuff.
Okay.
And, the people, they banned certain people for like cheating or whatever. And then, when somebody was banned, what they would do is they took the banned person's inventory and they had an auction so people could come in and bid on the person's inventory. Like, you know, like those, like, when people, like, they take, like, the old storage units and they open them up and people bid on them.
Yeah.
It was like that, but for, like, old characters who got, like, banned from the game.
Really?
So they, like, auctioned them off to people. I thought that was really cool.
That's awesome.
Is this all while in the game?
Yeah.
That you're
Yeah, it's the money in-game, not using the money.
Okay, I was like,
yeah.
It's not.
So, you know, like, I thought that was kind of a fun way to, like, you know, deal with people that were banned.
That is.
So, and then, you know, I don't think they gotta see the inventory, so, like, you don't get to price it exactly. So, like, it's possible you could spend, like, you know, I don't know, 6,000 gold on it, but then the guy had, like, 8,000 gold in his inventory, so you could, like, potentially get more back from it. And so I thought it was a fun little thing, you know?
That is cool. That is really cool. Anything else, like, Battlefield 1? Have you been, like, playing that?
I haven't played much.
Oh.
So, I've been busy, you know, with school and stuff.
Yeah, no.
So, we've gotten, like, more screenshots and teasers of new games and stuff, but nothing too exciting, really.
Yeah,
It's been slow. But once November rolls around, we're gonna be, like, jack full of new games, and it's gonna be amazing.
So, stay tuned.
Gaming channel.
What? We're gonna have an hour-long episode just talking about games. No, we're not, because that would suck. But I guess that's it. I got something else for movie.
Movie.
Movies.
Wait.
What just happened?
Can you talk like that for the rest of the episode?
Oh, yes.
On
Please
Squad.
no.
I recently watched this rom-com.
Movie montage.
Okay, I'm done.
I can't.
Yeah, can you tell me about this movie?
Oh, please do not talk in that voice.
Okay. So I have always been a lover of rom-coms, romantic comedies. For those of you who didn't know what that meant, I didn't know what that meant for a while. Like I would be like, yeah, I like that, movie Hitch, and people were like, oh, you like rom-coms? I'm like, no, that sounds.
I feel like
weird.
that most of the time.
Okay,
rom-coms-
please
No,
stop.
stop.
Please stop. I'm gonna.
Where's your duct tape?
I feel like it's sort of at the point where like whenever somebody says rom-com, it's sort of taken as a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know, at least for guys.
Okay.
Yeah, when
For,
guys
like-
hear it, like,
It's sort of like an insult. It's like, oh yeah, rom-coms, am I right?
what a woman thing. I'm gonna go shoot a bear. Okay, bye. But no, I've always really enjoyed a good rom-com. Like, just some some that I've enjoyed over the years. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. 13 Going on 30. Failure to Launch. Hitch. I would consider
don't know any
Hitch.
of these movies.
Do you not? Oh,
No.
dude. They're classics, man. Oh,
That's why you're not movie man, Sam.
that's right.
That's why I'm not rom-com fan.
Ooh.
Yo, can I be rom-com man? Please.
It could be like your subtitle, like Movie Man Sam,
Rom-com.
in parentheses, rom-com man.
Tim, I know you haven't seen this movie, but Kayla, have you ever seen When Harry Met Sally?
No.
What?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it, because it's like the classic.
It is, okay.
And there's like the
It is.
scene, like, in the diner,
Yeah.
because that's like a famous scene.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
We're not
that-
searching this clip.
We're not gonna... We're not gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
We're not gonna...
maybe I don't want to see this movie.
No, it's just one scene. It's one scene. It's
Okay.
one scene. It's one scene.
Well,
It's a pretty, like, you know, you don't want to... You don't want to watch it with any relatives, but, like... It's one
Okay.
scene. It is one scene of the movie. Chill out, everybody. It's
I
fine.
mean, I don't even know, like, the backstory to the scene. I just know of the scene.
It's
and I don't understand, like, why is that happening?
And, like, if
Please
you watch...
don't
like,
try-
it's-
don't
now
try and
I
explain
actually
it,
want to
please.
know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good movie. It's really good. Like, you should watch it. I would consider it a rom-com. Because, like, you know, you could just say it's a romantic movie. But, like, there's also, you know, a lot of, like, comedic aspects to it. And I guess the base plot of it is that this guy, well, you know, Harry meets Sally, obviously. And they get to know each other over this road trip to Sally's college, because Harry's driving her. And Harry's in a relationship, Sally isn't. And they get to know each other and they have a pretty good time. And then I think it's like a year or two later, they meet up again and they kind of become like really good friends, and then they become best friends, and then they like, it's a really good movie. It's like over a 12-year period.
Oh, wow.
And it's a really, really good movie. It's a classic. I 100% recommend it. But as far as rom-coms go, Tim has been recently watching a romantic comedy TV show.
It's a YouTube Red series.
It's a TV show.
I don't know if
Serious?
I don't know if it's considered a
You
rom-com.
pay for a
technically.
YouTube Red? Okay.
I support YouTube creators, and some of the YouTube Red like exclusive content is very good. Like Matt Pat's Game Lab.
I still have yet to
Shout
watch
out to
any
the
of
Game
those.
Theorists. I'm a big fan. That's a very good series. Some others, Rhett and Link are coming out with one soon.
Okay.
So
So what's the rom-com series?
it's called Single by 30.
Okay.
And so, like, these two kids, they make a pact in high school. They're like, yo, if we're still single by 30, we're gonna get married.
Mhm.
And then, like, they don't see each other for, like, 8 years. And then they meet up and they're both, like, 29 and they're like, oh, yo, we're both single. We should probably go dating before, like, we have to get married. So then they, like, both, like, start dating other people, but then they're secretly in love with each other. And it's... And then but then there's, like, the side story that I find hilarious of, like, this, like, the guy's best friend and he's, like, dating this girl. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
I think so. But, like, I'm not too concerned about the whole romantic portion of it, but, like, it's also a really funny show, so...
I mean, I 100% respect you, man. Like, I am a lover of rom-coms. So
I
to
know.
know that my best friend is watching a TV series...
Dalton... Dalton's gonna listen to this and he's gonna, like, beat my butt. He's like, what are you doing?
Hey, man, the way to a girl's heart is, like, through romantic comedies. If you like those...
You,
It was
do you
pizza.
agree with that?
But,
Kayla's like, I disagree.
Hold on, you heard it here
Pizza.
first from Kayla Post. The way
It's
to a
pizza.
woman's heart is pizza.
Just kidding. I mean, it works a lot. But...
Kayla's like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't give me a pizza at this address, but... If
You probably should.
If you wanted to.
Please send all pizzas to Sam home address.
Can you imagine how cool that would be? It's like you just got a
Yes.
random pizza.
Ooh.
Like,
I'd kind of question that pizza.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I mean, like, has this pizza been under somebody's car? Like,
because that's always a possibility.
Yeah.
Responsible.
I mean, that's what I always do with my pizzas.
Yeah.
You're just sitting at home. I don't want to finish. I'm gonna go throw it behind the car.
You know, we never talked about. I would rather have done it in July.
Oh, right. Duh.
Because, like, that's what we mentioned in the first part. And
Yeah,
people can
for
Shout out
understand.
to people still listening.
Yeah,
Good
really.
for you.
Like, staying, like...
With it.
You
faithful.
loyal.
Yeah, you guys loyal. That's you're the reason we do this. For you loyal ones.
Sam's falling asleep.
Well,
So at the end,
Spoiler alert.
yeah. So at the end of Sully, the spoiler alert. It's kind of not because you can just read the story, but like at the end, they ask the pilots,
Co-pilot.
the co-pilot. He says, "What would you have done differently that day?" Or like if you
If
could
you had
go-
to do the, like, emergency plane crash again, what would you do differently?
And the co-pilot says, "I would have done it in July because
It took place in January.
when it was like
Oh.
super like
And
the-
they got out in the water and it was,
Oh
like,
my God.
freezing, so...
yeah, like 36 degrees for the water, and then like below 5 for wind."
Oh.
And so like everybody was probably the majority of the people who were on that plane got
Anyways,
pneumonia.
he says that line and everybody, like, starts cracking up and then the movie fades to black and it ends there after that line.
What?
And I was like...
I don't know if I like that.
That's how you end the movie? And so, then I was like, I'm
Someone was
gonna
probably like,
I'm gonna
we're
start
too
saying
long
that
to
line for, like, everything. It's like, yeah, I would have rather done it in July.
And then you fade the book.
Fade to, he's like fade to black. For those of you listening, I just brought my shirt up over my face. Fade to black.
And now we can't see his face. Oh, where'd Sam go?
I don't
know.
Well,
Don't talk
sorry,
crap.
Timmy. Oh.
Don't talk crap about him while he's gone.
Yo, that
okay?
Sam guy, I hate him.
Oh no. But I was talking to my brother Jack about the movie, and I talked to him about the ending. He was like, "Yeah, I would have done like if he was in that situation, he got asked that same question. He'd be like, yeah, I wouldn't have not done it in July. I would have avoided it completely." Like he was like, "That is the stupidest answer. I would have done it in July. I would have had it not happen at all."
Yeah, but like you can't really say that like in the meeting because like